Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the TheRantCastPodCast. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's go ahead and get started.
Oh, super duper.
Let's go ahead and bring Kurgan on here. I'll do my intro here real quick before we get started. I am Josh, also known as the StrangeBus.
Ribby.
You can catch me at
twitch.tv. How's everyone doing?
/ the StrangeBus. That's twitch.tv / the StrangeBus.
It's good to be here on the
As you can tell, we are joined by Ribby
podcast.
And
Damn.
my other host here, Kurgan. And you can catch him at twitch.tv / Heroquest fans. That's twitch.tv / Heroquest fans.
Bohemyus
also,
is here. JoeCosier's here.
Also has that YouTube
Rob
channel.
Champ is here. Getting
and
the band back
that's
together.
SSC3, home of Heroquest fans.
Bus, you're muted. At least in Discord.
I am. Usually when we start, I remain muted. But
okay.
We always have we always have like a little bit of a rocky start. One day.
Got it.
One day I'm gonna get it. I was like doing my intro, I was like, man, you guys are really excited to start.
Talking over me and everything. What the heck?
Yeah, I was like, what? But anyway, you know the drill. I mean, you catch Kurgan, Heroquest fans, and SSC3, home of Heroquest fans on YouTube. And you know where I'm at. That's the StrangeBus on Twitch and the StrangeBus on YouTube. We are joined today by Ribby.
Thank
you. As you can tell. Welcome. We're glad to have you. I'm going to go ahead and we'll start off real quick before we get started. We got a great show tonight. Everybody very eager to start. We've got a lot of good topics for you. We got some Heroquest news. I believe we got some GenCon news as well. So, grab a seat, grab a sandwich, grab some cider or some stovetop if you got it. And enjoy the Rantcast podcast. If you were wondering, that is a song that I actually wrote. I'm fine-tuning it. But
nice.
I created for the podcast as like I did the last one, but I've been trying to perfect our intro. So, because I'm a perfectionist. But anyway, how is everybody today? How are you guys doing?
Well, I gotta tell you, I don't know. I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I got no notes here. We're freewheeling it here. Winging it.
Usually,
I got a few things I gotta get off my chest.
I was gonna say, usually you got all sorts of things to say. Come on, man.
Kurgan hit me earlier with the, hey, would you like to join tonight? And I was like, okay, sure.
Talk about what?
Yeah, talk about what? Okay, we'll come up with something.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
we always do.
I guess I'll fill in here. The show is not sponsored by a proper mixer, an XLR mic, which if I had one, I'd probably remember to unmute myself more often, which I will here in the next couple months. So there's that, which will also lead up to more live sessions, hopefully with me and Kurgan, because I'm getting a studio mixer, a couple studio mics, and some professional headsets, and a whole new PC setup. So I'm gonna have two in here.
5090?
I would if they didn't cost $3,000 right now because of scalping and the fact they're all sold out. So I decided to spend about $2,500 on new equipment, and I bought all the other parts. But I've got a 4080, so if I have to wait till next year, then that'll be fine. Plus my car kind of crapped out on top of everything, so I got to throw another like $2,000 into my car. So I had to take some of my budget out. I was going to spend $5,000 or $6,000 on a PC, so I probably would have just
Damn.
dumped the extra money into a video card, but
Just get the money from your Patreons. What do you?
yeah, okay.
Just
Oh wait, I forgot.
transfer it over. Oh,
That
Oh.
sweet OnlyFans
The
that I'm running right now.
proceeds from that intro song should be coming in soon.
We're just doing it all for the
Okay.
lulz.
Well, anyway, we got
Labor of anger.
if I
was gonna say
remember, we
labor
got a couple of
love, but-
topics on my side as well. We'll be talking about a big topic of mine. We lost somebody very, very close to my heart.
Yeah.
David Lynch, God rest his soul.
Yep.
If I can find my main camera, that would be great. But he passed away at 78, I believe, the 16th of January. Let's go ahead and get this. Yep, there we go. So, as of Variety, we lost somebody very near and dear. Now I can't make the memes anymore for a while. It'll be too soon. But creator of Twin Peaks, if you didn't know, Blue Velvet, Dune.
Great movie.
So,
Yeah.
but
Willow.
just want to get that out of the way. Hello, Karningul, welcome.
Hey.
So- You were naming great movies, so I threw in Willow.
Yes,
I say,
Phenomenal.
but wanted to get that out of the way before we started the Heroquest Power Hour. So, once again, Kurgan, go ahead, take it away, because like so we were a little mixed up here this evening. So,
Blast.
and if you have anything to share on screen, I will go ahead and bring it up.
Yeah. So yeah, pour one out for David Lynch. I know they say, well, Dune flopped, critics hated it, people made fun of it, but still,
Dune,
when
wait, Dune
I hear his
flopped?
name,
The David Lynch one. Yeah.
it became a cult film later, and it was, for a lot of us, it was the Dune adaptation until the latest one, and in fact, there's still good reasons to watch it. It's got so many quotable lines, so many great scenes. So even though he got crap for it and he didn't want to deal with it anymore, still, it's like I hear his name, I immediately think of it. Kyle MacLachlan as Paul Atreides and Sean Young as Chani, and
Swing.
I will kill him.
I was gonna say that line, but I knew you were gonna say it.
And of course Patrick Stewart, whoever played the Baron, and I mean it's just it's unforgettable.
Rip to his
That's
little
right,
pug buddy.
Patrick Stewart was Gurney, wasn't he?
Yes. Not in the mood. Mood's a thing for cattle and love play, not fighting. Now guard yourself for true. Very good, but look down. We'd have joined each other in death. Now you seem to get the mood. He did Shakespeare, Yeah,
Are you
never
gonna
saw.
switch
Well,
to Sean Connery now?
yeah, that's the problem. I do too much Patrick Stewart. I lapse into Sean Connery.
No, this is good. Nothing wrong just happened. You're good.
Oh, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm just borrowing your Humvee. Yeah, it's he speaks quicker and more nasally. Is how I try to differentiate the two. But yeah. Well, as far as HeroQuest goes, I think you guys may have something to say, but I'm just waiting for the next big reveal at the next convention, which is coming up.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
dry, which is unusual for Avalon Hill because usually by the time we get something like First Light, we've got another announcement or at least a rumor, like kind of floating around. And this time around, we don't really have anything to go off of, at least not yet. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping to hear something in the next month
So
or so.
people have heard of the Cannes Film Festival. I always thought it was Cannes. The Cannes Film Festival. Well, there's a Cannes Game Festival, and it starts February 28th. And I think that's the first big game convention of the year. And in the past, they've had HeroQuest stuff. Now it is taking place in Europe, so that would be the perfect time, I'm thinking, for the reveal of, or the launch of First Light in Europe. So that's an easy one. But then what after that? Well, they announced
Well, Wizards of Morcar, right?
Wizards of Morcar, yeah.
Was this
Because
officially announced, or are we just going off of
Nope.
rumors again?
it's store websites.
That's right. Somebody saw a
Yeah.
listing. Yes.
Leak.
Okay.
Yeah, leaks. Yeah. So to me, that's 100% absolute. You don't have to have Doug Hopkins come out and say, "Yeah, it's really happening." I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's already true. The only question is when, and more like what's in the box. What's in the box? But I mean,
Oh God.
no, stay over there. Yeah, the only the range of dates they gave was June through December. So I mean, that's quite a range.
So that just raises the question then, will we get the preview at Gen Con?
Yeah, I mean,
Or do we get nothing?
I think we should just be bold and make our predictions, and then whatever happens, happens. I mean, in the past, it seems like they're ready to do the thing, and it just doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen, and then it happens. It's like, okay, like everything is. I know Bohemyus's theory is everything's shifted, like however many months, because they had to change the cover for First Light, and so that pushed everything. But how far? I don't know. Because yeah, we got Wizards of Morcar. So that's, to me though, I see it. This is my theory. My theory is, okay, they're focusing all their energy and attention on First Light because it's so important. They got to break into the big time, get Target, and then get all the other retail stores like drooling for their chance to get HeroQuest on the shelves next. And then they get all that completed. It's like, okay, now they can take their time and start, getting people interested in the expansions that already exist. It's like, okay, but meanwhile, they're working on Wizards of Morcar, getting that done. And Crypt of Perpetual Darkness, since that's really happening, because again, same source. It's like, okay, that's already done, right? There's hardly anything to do, even if they wanted to tweak it. So
In
that
theory.
could, like, in theory, yeah, that could be like to hold us, to tide everybody over. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's always possible they could just release everything at the same time. It's like, oh yeah, here it all is. But I'm thinking they'll probably give us Crypt first, then Wizards of Morcar. So we might not learn anything at can. It might just be, it's in the can. Just First Light, and then we've got, so instead of Modena, it's bologna, bologna, or whatever, however you say it. And I forget when that is. But yeah, I mean, Gen Con is quite a ways away. Gen Con this year actually starts July 31st instead of August 1st because they always want to have the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, best 4 days in gaming.
Yes.
So, I mean, my plan is to go this year. You going? Let's see if you can
I mean, assuming there's something
to go
from
for.
Avalon Hill that's coming, yeah. I don't really have any. I mean, I play lots of other games. Obviously, you guys see me posting in other games all the time, but there's
Yeah,
nothing in particular that I'm going to Gen Con for, other than the HeroQuest stuff in particular. Yeah.
gonna
So
bring Orquest, all that.
I brought it last year and we didn't play it, so a little
We're
disappointed,
overdue.
little butthurt.
We're overdue.
I do hold a grudge.
Like,
No,
sir,
but
we don't allow alcohol in the exhibit hall. You're gonna have to. Oh no, this is
just
medicinal.
pound the bottle right there and throw it away. There, we're good.
All right,
No.
it's gone.
All right, I've got a war class going here. No,
Feel like we can.
so yeah, it depends on what's there. We'll see.
Yeah, fair enough.
But most likely though, because I had a good time last time.
Oh yeah, I had a blast. You guys were the best. The tickets go on sale February 9th at noon Eastern. I should just take the day off. I should just be like right there with my mouse hovering over the button and not getting laser tagged this year. No laser tag. Be funny though, like they take all our criticism to heart and actually make it good, and then we don't buy
It's just
anything.
like the best. Nah, I doubt that.
Be like, it'll be even more broken.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I would want to go,
Literally.
but it's
worse.
yeah, just can't do it.
Just smuggle yourself in. Pretend you're working. Oh, it's too late.
And
We've
I'm
already said it
working.
live. Now that. Yeah.
Like I have to do a job down there. Like, where is
Yeah. You're
GenCon
like,
at
oh yeah,
again?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah, I'm not licensed in Indianapolis, so that would sell to no one.
Darn.
I tell my wife that I'd have to go there, and she'd be like, "You can't drive that far. They'd have to fly you." And then I'd be like, "Oh."
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You have to bring your friends too. You got to get us tickets. See,
yeah,
see, it works.
not to
Works
mention the
out.
fact that, like, since I'm not licensed, there goes that. They're not gonna pay for my
Oh,
flight.
we're gonna spend the evening in jail. That's what we're gonna do.
That's fine.
Yeah. Joe Pesci's gonna be mad.
And get my knees broken by my wife.
Just about the time you're getting out of your coma, you'll be getting out of prison. Crack your
Guess
head
what?
open again in front of everybody.
Yep.
Because I'm stupid.
I shouldn't have tried to drink just then.
Sorry. I'm catching. I catch all your references. Don't worry about it.
I
Yeah.
will. I will make sure to catch all the deets from Kurgan this year. So
We had to take more video. Maybe. Well, we did some like after end of the day, like when we got back to our hotels and stuff. We did like streams at night and kind of recapped a little bit. But we should probably do like more stuff during the day too.
Yeah, when we're not epic tired.
Mm-hmm.
That was so great. Like, I just like dropped out and then you dropped out and then
I let it keep going because it was going through my channel. And I was like, I'm just gonna go lay in bed. You guys just keep talking.
Yeah, you wake up, they're still talking. Yeah.
Yeah, 8 hours of recording. How about that?
Better not be. Snoop Dogg walks out. It's like, oh. Rob Champ says HeroQuest had to be one of Avalon Hill's better selling games. No? Yeah. It still depends on when we are leaving for Ireland. Oh. The Emerald Isle.
oh man.
Lucky.
I mean, with the amount of support it's continued to get, even with the layoffs, I would imagine so, but
Karningul is back. Look, I gotta say, this is just my impression, and it doesn't matter because you do what you want. But I got the impression that you were kind of starting to feel a little, maybe a little burned out, a little disillusioned, and then all of a sudden you were back, like cranking out the edits and the.
I was just
makeovers.
busy. I just didn't have time for a while.
Yeah, it happens. Okay, so maybe I misunderstood. I was thinking like maybe you were just like, no, it's not working. It's I'm done. So, well, cool. Glad to have you back. Yeah, so this guy, like, he takes to heart, the I guess the motto or the theme of HeroQuest was just like you make the game your own. Something isn't working, you just change it. You just modify it. I mean, keeping the groundwork, the base that you're given. It's like it's so close. If you just did this, this, and this, and then, I mean, obviously, we want the stuff to be as solid as possible, and they've told us that they want HeroQuest to be as, working out of the box for as many people as they can. So they're trying to get the hardcore fans and brand new people. But you can't please everybody, and at least it's easy, very easy to mod. We've got a nice community too, where you can bounce ideas off of people. Say, hey, what do you think of this? You get your feedback, and then you do what you were going to do. I've gotten great feedback for the stuff that I've been doing. So, who all here? Oh, Bohemyus is here too. Welcome to the RantCast.
Yeah, we got a full team today.
What's everybody thinking about? Okay, so we've got Can coming up end of February. What are our predictions for that? I'm thinking it's just going to be First Light for Europe, and we're not going to get anything else. Anybody else have any predictions?
Yeah, I think it'll just be promotion for First Light.
Yeah, I think it's too early for something else.
Well, we've got the First Light dice coming out that month.
True. I can't imagine Avalon Hill like pushing that too much though.
It'll just be like, oh yeah, and Fanroll has some dice. And just,
Yeah, go check that out.
Hey.
Here's a link. Here's a QR code.
The purple. But like, they're actually, you can actually read them on the table. I'm just like, wow, they finally. But yeah, there's still a special
three iterations. They did it.
Still a limited release. They're still going to be scalped and gone. And the guys on Etsy are
buy it too.
And the guys on Etsy are going to give us their own version of it for cheap. Yeah. Part of me is kind of surprised those guys aren't getting shut down, but then the other part of me is like, but it's pretty obvious that their stuff is, knockoff. It's not like they, duplicated it exactly. Like you can easily tell.
I mean, it's not knockoff though, right? Are you talking about the Etsy sellers?
The Etsy sellers. Yeah.
Yeah.
They make dice and they like give it names that suggest like the name of the official stuff, but like you look at it, it's clearly just inspired by. It's not. So they're staying just far enough away.
Were those the dice that
And
you showed me that you compared? Like compared the good to the bad stuff?
Exactly.
They weren't too bad.
No, I mean if you're just, I mean they're functional. They've got good color, good contrast. As far as durability, I mean that remains to be seen. I haven't had these a year. So we'll see if they start.
Have you bounced them off of concrete anytime recently?
No.
That's the real test.
Yeah, you got to go in the alley and play some underground.
You're saying they're not durable?
Well, so the second, a couple Gen Cons ago, when then Carmine was still there,
he won't let it go.
Just kidding. He gave out those dice and he said, okay, these are like factory seconds. We got the color wrong, but they're free. Here, have some. It was just like, okay, those were the first giveaway dice they did before they did the Mountain Dew dice. But those like cracked after a year. And I mean, I wasn't like abusive towards them. I didn't give them the stress test. They just cracked. And I mean, the dice still work. It's just that if you hold it up to the light, you see cracks, like fractures, hairline fractures in the center of the die.
I've never had that happen with dice. Well, okay. So is that usually common?
Like, well, I think I've seen like 1 or 2 people have reported that some of the translucent dice that came with Prophecy of Telor are cracked, developed cracks in them. But yeah, I don't know, because I roll my dice on like a wooden box with felt over the top, and of course, in the last year or so that we've been playing with MentorBot, we haven't rolled any physical dice. So I guess my dice are not being stress tested to see how durable they actually are. I mean, I guess the opaque dice, if they developed cracks, would you know it? Because you can't really see. I mean, unless the cracks work their way towards the front. I mean, maybe all their dice are cheap. Maybe they are. It's hard to say. But still, I mean, the whole point of having the translucent ones is, you can see through them, and then if there's any flaw, you see it. I mean, it's not like there were big air bubbles in them.
Right.
But I mean, they could have just thrown those dice away, but instead they decided to give them away to people. But yeah, I feel bad for anybody who felt they missed out, went online and like bought, dice that people were selling. Then they really got ripped. So, Jacer, hey, Jacer's here. He says Morcar. He thinks Morcar will be announced. What is a Morcar?
So,
Heroquest Showcase, maybe First Light dice.
I may have asked this before. Are they planning on doing anything else after First Light then?
There was a leak of to retailers of upcoming product codes that included Wizards of Morcar
Yeah.
and Crypt of Perpetual Darkness.
Anybody got the link? I mean, there isn't much to see.
It's just a name and an
Yeah.
ID code.
Yeah, and a basic. I think they listed just a basic MSRP as well. But
Yeah.
there's no pictures. There's no.
I think it was an Australian retailer that leaked it.
Well, no, wait. One of the pages actually took the intro text from the original release of Morcar from the 90s and like just copied and pasted it.
Yeah, I think didn't we see some of that with Ogre Horde too?
Yeah. They knew they were getting it. They didn't have any info, and so they just copied and pasted the old text. And then of course, they got that infamous cover image, which we were all saying, "Oh, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake." And then, but what if it was a clue? It's like, and I didn't believe it. Bohemyus and several other people talked me out of it. It's like, okay, fine, it is a secret code, and it turns out it was. They were trying to get us.
You should trust us more.
Yeah, see, I gotta trust. Now I believe everything. You're like, the aliens are coming. I'm like, they sure are. They're here. Nanu.
No doubt.
Welcome to our new alien overlords. Yeah. Okay, so Bohemyus, your prediction. Go ahead, say it. I'm not going to just quote you.
Oh well, I joined just because I had a problem with the with the chat.
Oh.
But no, it is if it's shifted, just shifted the all the schedule. Yeah, we're going to see the Crypt of Perpetual Darkness in February in Cannes, because they're going to keep the same pattern, I believe.
I mean, that's plausible because there isn't much to do to create it, right? Would you say?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I mean, my point was with COPD was it's already finished. I mean, it's similar to Prophecy of Tel or Spirit Queen's Torment. They'll just run it through a spell check, get Joe to fix a couple mistakes, and then it's done. Right? They can just release it. They don't have to develop a whole bunch of new stuff that isn't created.
Oh no. At this point, well, okay. If they just shift the schedule, everything is already in production.
18
okay,
months.
That you can you can do minor changes like you did for First Light. You know, they spent 6 months doing marketing on that expansion.
Hey,
so
how hard would you laugh if there were red dice inside the Wizards of Morcar box, like they just got to it?
They swap it.
Yep. Sorry. So there's more to it. So Cannes in February. Oh, I'm glad you got the dates. Okay, so you think it released in June?
Yes.
That's the UK.
Because they can delay. They can delay the date for. I mean, in this way, to be fit. Mm-hmm. Okay. From the leak, we should have another product that they didn't mention it. So I don't know. That one maybe is going to be at the end of the year. They shift even more.
Yeah, I just feel like one of these days they're just gonna show up and be like, okay, we got the stack of boxes. Here's everything, and then the rest of the year just dead silence. It's like, well, I guess anything can happen.
Yeah, I normally they keep the July 15 for the release of their own special stuff. Okay, their own special quest, completely written by the team. But I don't know. This year is completely different to me. Okay, but this is a theory in case they just shifted the schedule.
Yeah, well, the fact that First Light came out this year rather than last year, because people were, I mean, including myself, were thinking, oh, it's coming out in Christmas, around that time, or November or something, but didn't happen. So that's like taking one of the spots this year. So, and a big spot at that. So if we got Cannes, February, June, UK Gaming Expo, that would work out with the store leaks you guys were talking about with Wizards of Morcar, and then presented at Bologna Play, which I love that name, in May, and then released July 15th. Okay, so we don't have to wait till December, I don't think.
It's possible this year we're going to receive the new expansion in December, at the end of the year.
So the original creation that we only have vague rumors about.
Well, yeah. You know, the Luca. Okay, what they build up a lot in hype, also because the guy that normally present the cover of the box, he said that they were going to present something, and it was not even there. So they had to change completely the schedule for sure.
Yeah, and that was odd. I remember that.
Yeah.
People were pissed.
Even knew the title and was not First Light.
Yeah. All right. Well, those are some good predictions. I mean, you may end up being right, and I'll just have to admit you were right. Who else has
Again? No, I'm joking.
Told you. Yeah, got him. All right. Who else has some predictions? Ribby?
Give me.
Oh, we're kind of losing your audio there.
We you sounded a little scratchy there, bud.
While he's fixing his mic, JoeCosier says, speaking of First Light, my dragon sticker peeled off the plastic super easy. No problems at all. Leaving them on plastic.
You guys are saying
Nice.
COPD, and I'm not thinking of Crypt of Perpetual Darkness.
Obstructive pulmonary disease. Yeah. Well, it's like Prophecy of Teller. It's like pot. What are you guys talking about pot for? No, Prophecy of Teller. It's like, okay, we're such nerds we don't even know what we're saying anymore. Yeah. Crypt of Perpetual Darkness. Joe Manganiello's Mythic Quest book that we recently finished with the dragon. The other dragon. His First Light has a dragon now. So 10 quests written by the man himself. And maybe of the 3 mythic books, it wasn't the greatest, but the fact that it was so limited, it's like them putting it out as kind of sealing the deal, saying like, hey, we fulfilled our promise that we were trying to get all this stuff into retail so nobody misses out. So the scalpers will be crying in the darkness with their unsold copies. Whether it is the same Dragon Mini remains to be seen. Well, my thought, Joe, is we have already seen the template for these releases. Prophecy of Teller, Spirit Queen's Torment, they gave us mythic stretch goal miniatures that were previously unreleased, except they just cast them in a different color of plastic, and that's how they got around it, saying that it was exclusive, which you could look at it as, oh man, what a bunch of jerks. They said the stuff was exclusive and it wasn't, and now collectors are mad because it's not awesomely rare anymore. But you could also look at it as, yeah, but they changed it, so now you got to buy it twice. It's like you could look at it positively or negatively. I try to look at it positively, saying, okay, people who missed out on the crowdfunding Heroquest get to buy it. You paint it, nobody can tell the difference anyway. You know, you've got the characters. Except for the Mythic Druid. That's true, Jacer. Yes. There are a couple of pieces that are still exclusive to that HasLab crowdfunded version. Yeah, the original sculpt of the Druid. There's a few other characters. There's like sex swaps of the 4 heroes. There's Mentor. There's Prisoner Sir Ragnar and the Witch Lord. But who knows? If Crypt of Perpetual Darkness was the exclusive, the supposedly, one that couldn't be released, and we're getting that for real, then to me it's like maybe it's only a matter of time before those others come out as well. I think Druid is terrible. At least they changed Her from the workout leotard. Yeah. We saw some of the earlier versions, and it was a pretty lackluster character. Let's be honest. I mean, it looked like one of those Reaper miniatures that's just kind of like a joke character, like I don't know. Yeah, somebody
Like
just wandered in.
Sophie.
Oh, hey, you don't say anything bad about Sophie. Yeah, it's like she's the mascot of Reaper, and they have her just like in different outfits doing different things. But yeah, it's always kind of like tongue in cheek, kind of humorous.
Hi, I'm back. Sorry.
He's back.
I could hear you guys. I was in the farthest room in my apartment, baking my bread, doing a little late night baking.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I could hear you, but I couldn't speak without it being all garbled.
Oh.
Predictions. Hey.
He's got the bread, man.
I'm over here, you know. I'm a chef. So
Hey, it's good stuff.
yeah.
He got the dough.
Love some fresh bread.
Oh, yeah.
My prediction would be, and everyone disagrees with me on this, and they're all probably right, but I'm committed to my wrongness. I'm gonna say Crypt of Perpetual Darkness, new dragon sculpt.
Why wouldn't they just reuse the same one?
I mean,
I like the one that we got personally.
I do. I prefer it way more to the First Light one for sure. But I mean, they gotta throw something in. They gotta throw a little something in for the people that already have all this stuff. It could be the different colored, like Kurgan was talking about. It could be the different colored plastic.
Yeah, I sort of wonder if it's going to be something new this time, right? Because they did the two other Mythic exclusives, and between the two of them, right, you end up with the same count of minis of all the alternate poses and sculpts that you would have gotten.
Guys, I can
but
see
it's
it
like,
now.
so they've already done that. So it's like, okay, I mean, I don't know. I feel like every time we try to predict based on what they've done before, they always just come up with something new.
But we have to. We have to predict. So check this out. I've had a vision. Okay, so I forget if it was. I don't forget if it was Instagram or Twitter, but it's just like, hey, Joe Manganiello here. You know, I thought I'd give you something. You know, and I know he said this dragon was proprietary, and he holds it up. But check this out. And then he throws it behind him, and then he has the new one. So maybe dreaming in Heroquest again. Yep.
But if there is a new dragon sculpt, big if, will it be proprietary?
No, because it'll be the retail product.
Oh man. So
every
Joe's out then.
Joe will be like, every box of Crypt of Perpetual Darkness is a mystery box.
Individually proprietary.
When you open it, you don't know what dragon you're gonna get. We got all these dragons, and he'll like show like the concept designs, like the rejected ones, you know, the ones that they worked on, new ones. Like, well, we thought we'd take this, you know, a little further in a different direction, and you know, it's like, oh,
so
that'd be an interesting concept.
I feel like I
The
don't have a horse in this race. I really need to buy and catch up with you guys. I like
get excited to consume product.
Yeah.
Product. Be excited for next product.
Buy multiple of product.
Yep.
Old Jay Bauman.
Well,
what are you missing, StrangeBus?
So, well, thanks to Kurgan, he has pretty much given me my collection. So I've got the game system.
That's a true friend. True friend.
I've got what is it? Spirit Queen's Torment.
Yep.
I have to look behind me.
Always keep Turn the Witch Lord.
Yeah, and yeah, those two. Sorry, I have to look behind. I try not to keep them within my kids' reach. I have young children, very young children. Not. I think my two oldest girls would be able to play it, but they don't have an interest yet. So I'm waiting for the right moment. And
there you go.
My youngest boys that I had just adopted are very, very young and are still in the the age where they don't play with them; they play with them. A 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. So, yeah.
They chew on and break them then.
You see the
Yes.
Duplo block.
So
Yeah.
I have them on my shelf. But
well, if you want to introduce your daughters, just all you got to do is let slip that you can play as a girl in the game if you want to.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting to do. Me and Kurgan did talk about doing a like a live game. Like in my office, because I've got plenty of space here and I've got multiple tables.
Yeah,
So
you got a nice space there. It's just finding the coordinating the times to actually come over and do it.
I've got mounts plus now once I get that new equipment, it should be a lot easier to set up and get some stuff going.
Yeah. You may not have a hot tub and stovetop, but I mean, you got a few things.
I have some stovetop.
Oh, getting closer.
Hey, let's get a kiddie pool, fill it up, and
I've got a bonfire.
And put it by the fire, and we're good.
Yep. I've got a really big bonfire. My backyard has when I first moved here, I have a neighbor who's a welder, and he brought over like pretty much a tractor tire rim. And he was like, "Do you want this?" And I was like, "Yes," because I'm gonna build a homemade bonfire with it. So I did that, and I put like dirt around there, built rock around it, took some stone, and then layered that around that rim, painted it black. Pretty much made a homemade bonfire with it, and it has a grill attachment now. So
nice.
Yeah.
Joe says, I like the new dragon sculpt. From what I've seen, it looks way better painted, less derpy. Seen some good paint jobs. Yep. Yeah, some of the early models that they released for the new Heroquest, people complained and said that there isn't much detail on them. I think looking at the Bard, I mean, he's got a lot of smooth surfaces. So I guess if you're patient and a talented painter, that doesn't matter.
I don't know. I think that's a shitty complaint. There's Heroquest has never been like Games Workshop level models. I mean, come on.
No, it's for playing. We never painted our sets. I mean, we knew you could. It's just that,
yeah.
Nowadays people are like, oh, if you don't paint it, it's not ready to go.
What game actually has really decent models? Because I mean, I know that's probably stupid of me to say, but
no.
I usually run into and in my 2 year, probably 2 years of streaming, I've showcased my Star Wars miniatures, and I've played some of the the X-wing and the games, and they look okay, but I don't know what quality are we talking, because most of the time,
yeah, exactly,
I feel like you get what you pay for, and most people I feel do the rest. They do the extra stuff.
Yeah. So some of the games that pop into my mind right off the top of my head, as far as really good detail, something above and beyond what you'd see in a Heroquest or something, or Descent or something like that. I have Cthulhu Death May Die, and if you're Eldritch horror type games, some of these models, especially the Elder God, like the Cthulhu models or stuff, really extremely detailed. But you don't get that many of them. You only get a handful of them, and it's a really expensive game. It's like $100 game.
Okay, hold on, I'm looking.
So again, you're paying what you're getting what you pay for, but they're really nice models. But for Heroquest, for the amount of models you're getting, it's fine, in my opinion.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Those are some really nice models, and you don't get that many of them, but they're very nice looking.
Is
in
that
the
what
hand
you're?
of a kid or a young teenager anyway, these models are going to be destroyed. They're too delicate.
Yeah. These
They
are
need-
the type of models
they-
you don't play with kids.
yeah. I don't know
They-
which kind of plastic is this. Is it plastic? Is it resin? Wait,
I want to say it's plastic because I've
okay.
handled them and they don't feel super brittle.
Brittle
You
is
said it's
not is not.
$100
It's $100.
for
You
like
cannot
what?
bend
Like
it
just
like
the
the
starter?
Just the starter kit's $100. Yeah, the first version of Death May Die is $100.
What does it come with?
So you get God, I want to I don't know now. There's like you get way less models, but they're way more detailed for roughly the same price. So for $130, what is that? What HeroQuest is going for now? Like 120 or so.
Well, it's officially 135.
That was what
but
I
I
was
mean,
going to ask.
nobody
next.
pays.
But that fluctuates
It's
though, right?
usually on sale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody pays that much for it.
Right. It goes on sale for as little as like $65, $70 sometimes. And you're getting what, a couple dozen models at least or more?
Just as you said that, I'm like, right now, like I'm gonna put it in my cart.
No. Like I was thinking back to like when
So-
the Fleet Farm sale and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, you're saying like for $90, that's better quality models. So what's
Easily better quality models. Yeah. For just like a self-contained box game versus something like Warhammer, which is like, you're buying little kits and they're extremely expensive. They're very detailed, very
but doesn't
high
Heroquest for
quality
like
models.
$120 come with like kind of the same thing? Don't they have like base color models?
$120 now. we'll buy
They
every-
do. They do, but I would argue heavily, like especially comparing to like Cthulhu, they're not as detailed. They're not as richly
No,
sculpted.
that's what I'm saying though. Is
Yeah.
If it depends. If you want to paint them, I mean, having a really detailed model like that would be really great to paint. Of course,
Right.
it might be overwhelming for some people. Who are like, oh shoot, this is like
Yeah. If you're
way
not
too much work.
painting, if you're not doing anything like that, the all the extra detail doesn't really matter all that much, right? You're just putting a chunk of plastic on the table.
red guy with a cool sword. That's all I need to know.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much.
and then,
I mean,
and then the first, I just want to say this. So the mythic ones, a lot of them I think came out of the molds kind of melty. So people were talking about, you had figures with like, hands missing, or like the face was like melted looking. So some of that was just, I think, quality control in the first round. But the later models they've released are more detailed. But yeah, they're nowhere near that Cthulhu stuff.
I mean,
So,
see,
go for it.
and the reason I made that point was because, like, I mean, for me, I never had the. I mean, I guess I would have had the time, like, back in my heyday to like, probably paint. But when I was playing like things like X-Wing and stuff, I just enjoyed having the models more than anything else. But I also paid a lot of money to just collect them. So
I told you I bought the
people.
Moldy Crow, even though I've never played the game. I just wanted the Jedi Knight ship.
And Outrider was
Never
like
played
$60.
Jedi Knight?
I played Jedi Knight. I just haven't played the X-Wing board game. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
But
Gotcha.
they made a Moldy
Did you
Crow model.
Did you really
for
ask
X-Wing.
Kurgan if he ever played Jedi Knight?
I was like, wait, I was confused because I swear we've had conversations about
Yeah,
Jedi Knight.
Trying to hustle me into a game? Oh, I've never played this before. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
hop
to do
on the
it.
meat grinder.
What
like-
do? You guys still run servers, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
For Jedi Academy. I mean,
Yeah.
for the other games.
Oh,
we have
But
that's
hey,
Jedi
don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you.
Free.
I still encourage him to play on Jedi Outcast every now and then.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Watch
just
out for that
gotta tell
backstab.
people. Yeah.
that Jericho's a real asshole.
Jericho.
Run, Catan.
Jarek, the guy from the first.
That's Dark
the first one.
Forces.
2.
That's two. That's Jedi Knight.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
very
thought you were talking about Jedi Outcast. Okay.
No.
There's Dark Forces, Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight,
Yes.
Jedi Knight Missions of the Sith, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast,
Yes.
Jedi
yes.
Knight,
I
Jedi
just
Academy.
we were talking about Jedi Academy. I was like, and then I was talking about like don't let him fool you. I still encourage him to get on play Outcast every now and then.
Yeah.
All right, I gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe. I think a lot of people had that. I was pretty lucky. I think the worst pieces in my Mythic set were the dice. My dice were kind of shabby looking, but I mean, all things considered, I mean, I could have had missing heads and arms and broken pieces, like some people had. My box ripped, but I mean, I just didn't know that it couldn't handle being opened and closed over and over every day for multiple weeks. Let's see. JoeCosier says Masters of the Universe, Clash for Eternia, and the Battleground both have great sculpts. Way more than $150 though. Yeah. Once you start hovering into that territory, I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah, really cool games. Obviously, heavily Kickstarter dependent to get them, but at least when I played that one, it was really cool, awesome models and everything. But yeah, again, you're paying a huge premium on all of that.
Yeah. So I think, I guess my point is that they've improved the quality significantly for Heroquest, Avalon Hill, both in terms of the build quality of the game systems that are out now versus the ones that where they first rolled out, and with the new sets, they've continually improved. Which, but yeah, when it comes to the price of those games, I think the sweet spot for me is like $100. It's like, okay, I'd rather pay 50, but if it's a super awesome game, I know I'm going to play it a lot. $100 is fine. When it's like 150, okay, 180, 200, it's like, okay, 200 is like the limit. Like that better be like game of the year. You know, I did get Orquest for just under 200, and I still got to paint that sucker. I mean, that's an army painter. If you want to talk about an army painter, I mean, just rows and rows and rows of figures. And I don't like most of them are gray. I know there's some green ones and some pink, but I'm just like, I need to paint these at least in a solid color. So I got all my spray cans, but I'm not going to spray in the house. And find me passed out one day. No, I got to wait for things to warm up, and then I'll be spraying and praying. All right. Joe says they both came with a crap load of 3D terrain. Oh,
The Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe. Oh yeah.
Clash for Eternia. Yeah.
The orcs and female dwarf were the worst. You know, there were orcs in the He-Man cartoon too. Did you know that? But you didn't know that. Yep. My barb has an arm that's not fully pushed into place from Mythic. Yeah, if you could somehow loosen the glue, maybe you could put it back into place.
I wasn't sure what to do. Should I like attempt to dissolve it somehow and then redo it?
Sometimes I like the challenge of like rebuilding a broken figure like that.
My female dwarf, and it looks like this was a endemic problem. The axe piece, because she's in two pieces, right? She's got a torso, and then the axe, which has the hands are part of the handle.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has these two little studs that socket into the wrists.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is, it doesn't seem like a lot of the molds were sized properly. Like if you pushed one peg into the socket, the other one wouldn't reach the other socket.
Oh, weird.
So they would just glue wherever they would like. So the thing was just glued with the peg just like sticking like to the side of the socket, not inside it.
So maybe like it shrunk or something? Or...
I think, the axe, the spacing on the hands attached to the axe was slightly too small.
Bummer.
So I went and I filed a case with their customer care, right? And they were like, sure, we'll send you a replacement. So they sent me another one.
Nice.
That one had the same problem with the other hand.
Oh. So you take a razor blade, you chop it in half, you swap the head, and you
Well,
make
yeah. So what I managed to prise, I was able to break the glue bond on one of them,
risky, but
and where just with the peg, right? Like where there was the loose peg kind of just hanging out there. I managed to snap it loose and cut the peg off and kind of like readjust the thing ever so slightly and then re-glue it. So she looks okay now. At least one of them does. Once she's got a bunch of super glue residue, but once she's glued in place, or once she's painted up, she'll probably be fine. Which, who knows when that's going to be.
but what a good feeling. I mean, I always get excited when I would like to have like one that's not broken, but like I'll get a Heroquest figure. It's like the sword is gone. It's like, I can make one. Just drill into the hand and then get a piece of wire and then get one of those like cocktail skewer swords and then just drill into that and then put the wire between the two pieces and then fill it in with the putty and then glue it down and paint it over. It's like, yeah, good to go.
Did any of us get a first light with a dragon missing a face?
No, but that sounds kind of awesome.
Yeah, it sounds pretty. That sounds pretty rad.
I saw some on Facebook. There were dragons that literally like the face hadn't molded.
I want to take his face off.
Yeah. Not yet. I have not purchased First Light, so.
You stole it. No. Okay, so you don't have it yet. What's your verdict on First Light, Karningul? No point.
I'm torn, right?
You want to rewrite the story, don't you? Though.
Probably.
See.
Yeah, I think the awkward thing is that it hands out all the same artifacts. So I'm really not sure how to work it in. Like, I don't think I could do it as one contiguous thing, because it'd be like, well, they're already going to have all the gear.
Doubles.
I don't think there should. I don't think there should be doubles of a lot of that stuff.
One to paint, one to play with. Oh, you thought that was the Talisman of Lore? No, that's you look closely. It's a Talisman of Love. Oh.
Welcome to the Talisman of Love show.
It's not the Spirit Blade, it's a Spirit Raid.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So, real quick, guys, before we continue, we are coming up on the hour. I just wanted to take a quick break, and then we can continue. Just so it gives everybody a chance to, use the restroom, do whatever they need to do.
So we still got to hear Karningul's predictions.
Yes, sure. And and I'll finish my take on First Light if you want.
Yeah. More to come on the Rantcast. Bourbon break.
I gotta refill on coffee and water, and then I gotta take a bathroom break, or I'm gonna be completely useless. So, we'll be right back. So,
right on.
Sounding like the Death Knight from Warcraft 2.
All right, guys.
Breakcast. Okay.
All right, so we're back. Just give me 1 second. Still can't get that completely done, man. Damn you, broadcast. Anyway, welcome back to the Rantcast. Just before we begin with everybody, wanted to bring everybody up to speed. If you're just joining us, we have a couple of guests. I've got Ribby, Karningul, and Bohemyus. They're all part of the Heroquest fans community. We will do any plugs after the stream if they'd like to do some plugs, but just want to catch everybody up to speed, do some quick introductions. I believe, Kurgan, we're going to go ahead and start with Karningul on their predictions, right? Okay, give me 1 second and I'll bring everybody back on.
All right. Yeah, great group tonight. I was really
Absolutely.
impressed. Surprised in a good way that you could all make it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I literally did not expect. We thought we were just having Ribby. So, yeah, if
It
you
was,
guys,
I mean, pure coincidence. I glanced at the Discord and was like, oh, the Rantcast is happening.
Ribby butt friends.
yeah, he came into the ring with reinforcements.
See, he's like
Oh yeah.
he's like John Candy's character in Flying Strange Automobiles. He's like giving away the remarkable rims and like making friends across the nation, bringing them in. I've been home in years. Like, oh man.
Grace.
Yeah.
She passed away 20 years ago.
See, they're very light because they're filled with helium. Your Walter Cronkite mood ring. Yes, they make you look a lot older. Yeah, if you ever see people wearing the remarkable rims as earrings, you'll know what happened.
You're going the wrong way. How do they know where we're going?
Okay. Oh,
But yeah,
man.
once again, if you're just joining us, we are talking about Heroquest. We're doing the predictions on. Kurgan, go ahead and catch up speed, because I'll butcher that.
We're in the bus of Discord, Joe. Are you trying to join us too?
Yeah, we're on my Discord.
We can invite Joe as well. JoeCosier, you're oh yeah, I know what your name is on whatever your name is. I know what your name is on our Discord, so let me get you up to speed. Turn off streamer mode so I can actually see people's names.
After
get that. Yeah, Karningul, go ahead. Karningul,
right.
with your predictions, and I'm gonna get Joe in here, and we'll have to get his predictions too.
my new Discord. This has been my Discord for like what?
A while,
2022? Yeah.
But
yeah,
so First Light, there's a few things in there I like. It's just, I already own the base set, and I'm gonna wait probably to see if it goes on sale. Or I suppose I don't necessarily have a lot of hope that this will be the case, but see if somebody starts parting it out on eBay and just, sells the dragon individually or something.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing, though, is the flip side of the board. Yeah, it's another one of those. I don't personally like it when they release something.
Print your own.
Yeah, I hate it when they make something that's like 98% the same as something they already sold you, and then there's like 2% new stuff.
Well, and to be super pedantic with you, I mean, they've changed the text on every single card, but have the mechanics changed?
Sometimes for the worst, if you ask me.
Well,
and
yeah.
Also, let me throw in another. Let me throw in another thing that's kind of against, kind of flies in the face that I've seen all across Facebook too, and Instagram and Twitter, where when Rise of the Dread Moon came out, and there was, massive, not massive, I don't even think massive, but there's some rules changes and there's some like gameplay changes in that, and people complained to Avalon Hill. There's like, this is too much of a change. How dare you? Like, this Heroquest is supposed to be simple. You can't do that. And so my point is simply that whether you change things or you keep them the same, somebody is out there bitching up a storm, and Avalon Hill is trying to ride that, line of what's too much of a change, what's still essentially HeroQuest, whatever that means. So
it's a good thing I wasn't on that social media. I would have been fighting with those people.
Oh, it's completely obnoxious. Completely.
I loved this stuff they put in Rise of the Dread Moon, but
I did too. Some people hated it.
I saw it like this. I didn't see it like they're taking my game away and ruining it. It's like, no, this is another expansion, and it throws a bunch of new stuff for you to play with. Like that's how I looked at it.
Yeah, some people are like, oh, I play this with my kids and da 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 da, and this is just too complicated. They can't deal with like the stealth missions and stuff. And so
then don't play those with your kids.
Well, that's the point, though, right? Like,
why not? You don't
the rest of the
play to
game
wreck your
is kind of
kids?
playable with their kids.
I totally would. I
It
wouldn't take it
catches you a
easy.
little bit by surprise. I mean, when we started playing Rise of the Dread Moon, I was kind of like, oh, wait a minute. I need to go back and like read these pages more carefully because some of the stuff I don't remember how it works.
Sure.
And it's like,
and
yeah,
none of
you
it's
can make it
that
up.
complicated, but yeah.
And I know you can make it up on the spot. Don't get me wrong, but I
And we
figure
do.
people, yeah, we do. People came to my stream thinking that that's what they're going to see. Like they're going to see the gist of what you get in the box, right? So it's like part unboxing, part riffing, and because obviously I throw in lots of stuff that's like not originally written, and we just roll with it. It's fun, but I still want to kind of like see how it unfolds. Like, okay, well, how did they put this all together? Yeah. So Karningul, before you were so rudely interrupted, just kidding.
Yeah,
We're all in here.
I'm just planning to wait and see if it gets hit with a big discount, and then maybe I'll think about picking it up.
Yeah, when Second Light comes.
And as far as the predictions, I mean, I just I feel like every time I've tried to predict something specific, I've gotten it completely wrong. So
we'll just believe the opposite of whatever you say. There you go.
So it's like it would feel weird to me, given that they've already sold them all. I don't know what untapped minis they still have, other than, I mean, they have a handful of unique stuff, right? The Witch Lord, the Ragnar. Like, there's a few things, but those don't really fit into that quest pack.
No, but at the same time, when have they let that stop them? I mean, haven't they included characters that just kind of dropped in and no instruction given? Just to play devil's advocate there.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose they certainly could do that. Yeah, it's just sort of, I have no idea what they've got as far as retread minis, so I don't know. Maybe they're going to surprise us with a bunch of new stuff. I'm not sure what new stuff. I mean, unless they're rewriting the quest pack, I guess I don't know exactly what new stuff we would get. I think I've seen, maybe it was Ash was like, on one of his YouTube things, was sort of like, maybe they'll throw in, a Minotaur skeleton and a this and a that, for some of the one-off boss monsters that Joe came up with, where, the existing minis don't really have anything that does a good job of representing those. I mean, we do have a goblin-like spellcaster now, so that one's, you can sort of cross that one off.
Yeah, you got to watch Ash Quest, because he's a guesser. He's like me, he guesses, but sometimes he hears things. Sometimes he senses things. So yeah.
He's almost at 5K subscribers, so I mean, he's got that inside track, that we might not have.
Powers have grown. Yeah. Yep. Shout out to Amalgamash.
And I really got match,
Well, that's the thing. I've got the steel cage printed out, so I mean, we can really do it. We can really do it. You just got to catch him one of these mornings. Yeah, this different schedule, opposite to mine. Yep. Okay. Well.
So that, if I had to guess, it'd be like, well, what could they do? Maybe that. I mean, the price point seems to suggest small box. So it's not going to be, Frozen Horror, Mage of the Mirror, and Dread Moon sized.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike Prophecy of Telor and Spirit Queen's Torment, they're going to need to fit
tiles,
overlay tile sheets into the box. So maybe that means there's not going to be quite as much room for minis in there.
Maybe.
So
how many minis came with Crypt, though?
One.
Really, none, right? Yeah, just the dragon and the tiles. and the book. So what else are we putting in that box? There's got to be something
Whatever
that
they
they
want.
got to
Yeah,
add
I
in.
mean, I don't think it doesn't feel to me like one dragon plus maybe a hero mini or two plus tiles and a quest book is,
Well,
that's not $35 of
There's
product, right?
there's 7 mythic, or I guess 8 if you include the druid, mythic figures they could toss in there. It could just be a whole bunch of red.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is it's like, what does that do? Most of those wouldn't have anything to do with playing that particular quest. And I feel
Yeah.
like what we saw, not that the retread of the Mythic's alternate
You'll have-
sculpts is exactly what you needed to play the other ones, but at least they were like, we're gonna,
You have alternates for the
cast them in
hero.
a, well, they cast them in different translucent colors, which at least sort of synergized with some of the things that took place in those quests, where it's like, oh, there's spirit monsters, there's fire monsters that are sort of on fire or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, having flipped through the quest book for Crypt a few times, like, it's hard for me to know what they could do that feels like it would.
Yeah, the undead minotaur.
Specifically, right, other than some boss monsters. So yeah, maybe we get a few more red minis and a bunch of boss monsters along with the dragon. I don't know.
Well, the Witch Lord could be used as the Dread Sorcerer. I mean, just as an alternate. That's an easy.
Who, I suppose, right, is, yeah, it was made as a Witch Lord, but
There's a guy that you rescue. I mean, you could just use Sir Ragnar for that guy if you wanted. So there's uses. But yeah, it's less of a it's more of a, like, I'm just making excuses to throw these figures into the boxes at that point, I suppose. I don't have a problem with it if they did. Well, and if you look back at Spirit Queen and Prophecy and retail, between the two boxes, you only had 2 of the new Chaos Warriors, or Dread Warriors. Sorry. So, not sorry. So you could throw 2 more in the box. But yeah, if you shrink the candy trays a little bit, I think you could still fit in a certain amount. I mean, both of those other sets as well, you didn't need all those extra figures. They were just there as a bonus for fun. The heroes were nice to have because without that, nobody had them except in the companion app. You didn't have the physical piece to put on the board.
right.
Yeah, if they rewrite it, that's a whole new ball game. I think it has to be substantially the same for it to sell, though, just because the selling point is this is the one you didn't get and now it's finally here, kind of thing. Let's see. Are there any quests that require more than the base amount of monsters? Good question, JoeCosier. So yes, Crypt of Perpetual Darkness is different than the other two in that it actually does assume, it's like written assuming.
It assumes you have Keller's Keep and Witch Lord.
Yeah, you said it. I was too slow. Yeah, it definitely does. So there's one quest that reuses like the stairways and the cliff face. So you got those, and then you've got the alchemist shop items. You got the artifacts, the spell scroll,
stairway tiles too.
Yep.
From Keller's Keep.
Stairways, yeah. And it does occasionally call for more monsters than you'd normally have. So there's like, I think 4 zombies at one point. And there's another point where there's 4 abominations. Famir in the original game. So, but I mean, that's assuming he keeps it exactly the same. I mean, if they wanted to, he could just go in and just delete the extra monsters or change them into other monsters that you would have. Or you could throw in even more, that could be done. Like the whole question of the Spirit Queen Stormman had the spear, and people were like, oh, so when this comes to retail, the spear is going to be in there as a card. And no, they just deleted the spear. It's like,
I got a hallway with 6 skeletons in it.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, there you go. So 2 more skeletons.
Oh, and I'll be damned. I didn't realize this quest book actually used the Dread Sorcerer map icon.
Yep, it's real.
It's the only time I can ever remember seeing that on paper.
Well, yeah, usually it'll have the letter X or just the name of the guy that you're fighting. They won't have the actual icon. Yeah.
Yeah, this one used the icon.
Yeah.
So that's where it came from.
Well, yeah, I think the original Heroquest, it never gave you an icon for the Chaos Warlock.
Nope.
The Inn of Chaos did, but that was a fan magazine in '96. So, yeah, different than I was thinking. That's cool. Goons, quest with a war party or something where the good keep coming nonstop. Well, that's funny. Yeah, you could imagine like an orc quest scenario where you're playing as the monsters and the heroes keep coming. It's funny. Well, when you've got extra red figures, well, what do you do? Well, they don't have to be heroes. They can be monsters. They can be mercenaries. They could be, NPCs, or just swap out one of the characters you've got for one of those. Okay, so is Joe in here with us now?
He is.
AngusMcBane. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the RantCast. I get muted that time.
Here we go. Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So what are your predictions for what we're gonna see at the conventions or whatever?
I switched over to Twitch just to see what was going on. So I'm trying to click on that screen to turn on my microphone.
Well, we can hear you in Discord, so I think you're okay.
Well, it wasn't working, so I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to do this on Twitch, not Discord."
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get, after whatever this new, this latest con is, whatever.
Yep.
Then we'll see First Light go everywhere, not just Target. And then, oh my god, I typed it in the chat. I forgot what I said. I think we'll get Wizards of Morcar, and then COPD. Curse of, yeah, you know what I mean.
Joe's pack, yeah. Well, so you think they'll do it the opposite way? You think Wizards of Morcar will come out before Crypt?
Or no, I said it. I think I said it the other way around. COPD first, and then Wizards of Morcar.
Because there was an early theory, and Bohemyus maybe can back me up on this. Weren't people saying that Crypt is going to be last because storyline wise, it's like the last cliffhanger?
Yeah. They say that, but I don't believe it.
Oh, you don't? You're not buying it. See,
I
don't feel like
fit in another way in the story.
Yeah.
As far as like new heroes, got me. But I'd like to see new quest packs come out. Using Skaven or whatever they can call Skaven, Ratmen.
Yep.
Minotaurs would be awesome if you ever get that the dwarf expansion, but I guess that was probably Jungles of Delthrak.
Well, and to be fair, we haven't heard from Luca Posky. At least I haven't checked in to see if how they're doing with that Lost Dwarf quest pack that the fans are releasing, and we still don't know.
Yeah, well,
what if anything Avalon Hill is going to do.
That.
Yeah, I mean they kind of left it as saying we're not going to worry about that because it never officially came out, but maybe there'll be Easter eggs here and there of things that we like from the vaults.
Yeah.
But Doug did say, hey, if you want something, scream it from the rafters. And maybe they'll make it happen.
The rafters loud and often.
Yep.
I'd really like to see it happen, but I don't think it will because it was It was what, just a GW product, Advanced Heroquest. I don't, just like Space Crusade, I don't see them ever doing that.
Oh, don't say
Because
that.
it was a strictly GW product.
Yeah, but they have such a good working relationship. I mean, look at Talisman 5th edition. I'm saying never say never. I'm never going to give that up.
That's true. Yeah,
But
I don't think it's something that would never happen. Just I don't see it as very likely.
it's more work for them to do. It's more complicated than just releasing something like Wizards of Morcar.
Right, and then would they do it just like they did originally, just heroes and some Skaven, and say, okay, go find miniatures for all these other monsters.
Well,
Would they? Honestly, I'd be okay if they did standees like First Light, just because there's so many more monster
they could.
types in that game. Because
Wouldn't
you
that be,
use the whole run of Games Workshop minis that they had.
as you're saying it, I'm thinking about it, Angus. That how funny would it be if they did release Advanced Heroquest? And so in this case, it would be Games Workshop licensing it from Hasbro and releasing it with their same selling model, which is, hey, here's a box of a cool adventure thing, and some of the plastic is in here, but the rest is cardboard, and wouldn't it be cool to upgrade it? Which in a way is what
Yes.
First Light is, because they're tempting you. They're saying, yeah, here's a couple miniatures. There's more where that came from. You want to turn all these cardboard standees into plastic? Well, guess what? There's other sets that you can buy. Boom, boom. For the longest time though, I thought of it as no. What's really going to happen is they're going to release like an anniversary version of Warhammer Quest, Heroquest Advanced Edition or something, and it's going to be just a themed limited release, and it's going to be fully tricked out, like with all the figures inside. But it'll just be a one-off thing, and then it'll go away, and people will be pissed because. So it's like I want it, but I also see the dark side of it. Like people are going to be disappointed because it'll be
But if
here
they
and
ever
gone.
did do a reprint of, if they ever did do a reprint of Warhammer Quest, will they do all of the character packs too?
I mean, they
'Cause you
could.
got the Chaos Warrior expansion, you got the Pit Fighter, Noble.
Well, here's the thing though. If it's a Hasbro product, they have to play ball with Hasbro, right? Games Workshop probably wants it to be a limited release because that's kind of what they do. They put out these limited releases. People expect it. They accept it. That's the game plan. Whereas Hasbro wants to keep their stuff around longer. Well, maybe Hasbro doesn't, but Avalon Hill does, and Hasbro lets them do that. So if it were a joint venture again, just like with Hasbro had to make sure that when they did Talisman 5th edition, they conformed to what Games Workshop wanted for it, right? It had to be agreeable to them. So it's going to go in the other direction if they did Advanced HeroQuest. Games Workshop has to make sure Hasbro is okay with what they're doing. So it might end up being okay, again, if they decide to do it. But people are saying, yeah, it's not going to happen because what's in it for them? Like maybe they don't feel like they're getting as much. They're already big enough. They've already got their model going. I don't know. Is it fair to say that Games Workshop is like the limited release company? Because I know they have lots of starter sets that they sell at like Barnes and Noble and stuff, and Target.
Well, in that respect, yeah, they're kind of limited, but it's the current hotness rule set. It's whatever they're releasing, whatever quantities. I think they initially do a low print run, pull it out, so they could say to the investors, "Hey, look, this new game we made, it totally sold out," or 10th edition, it totally sold out. So we can make some more and keep making more money.
Well, and Games Workshop shocked the world. Well, not really, when they basically brought back the old world. But I suppose by that point, all the Warhammer fanatics who had bought all that stuff back in the day, all those fantasy battle armies had sold their stuff off and bought Age of Sigmar, and now losing my voice here.
You okay?
Yeah. Oh man.
Been going for quite a while. All that talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you were saying, all those guys that had their old world armies, they sold them off when Age of Sigmar came out, and now they've reverted back to old world, and they're like, I got all this Age of Sigmar crap, and I need my old world stuff.
They didn't revert it. Okay, they actually are producing both.
Oh, they're doing both. Okay.
I mean, if they continue with Old World, maybe there's more people interested. They could very well come back with a Warhammer Quest old style. I don't believe they're going to do Advanced Heroquest. Okay. Also because there's already rumors they Avalon Hill want to do There are rumors. Okay. They want to do a leveling system, so it will be like the two products they will they will go against each other. But anyway, like you said, you have Age of Sigmar for the new Warhammer Quest, and maybe they can do a reprint of the old Warhammer Quest for the people that want to follow. How is called the Old World? Hold on. I have a blank right now. But there's a huge rumors there too. For example, they're going to produce a new army. They never existed in the Warhammer Old World. In the past, it seems like it's just a huge rumor. Okay, so nothing is written, but they're going to do it. The army of Cathay, the army of with all inspired to the medieval East. Okay, with Chinese army, Japanese army, monks, all that stuff.
Fun.
So
yeah, got my voice back. Thanks, guys. Rob's saying they opened up their 4th factory. Games Workshop is doing really well. Well, I just want to kind of let you guys know we're probably going to end the stream a little early tonight. We're just getting kind of towards the end. But StrangeBus, I want you to jump in. And what do you think about our conversation here? Are we at a turning point?
Oh no, you guys are doing great.
Just leave
like
your
I said,
stream running. Just you go to bed. When you wake up, hit the stop button.
I'm not. I don't want to. Not intruding or anything. It's more the fact that I get on kind of a medication cycle every month, and this medication gives me insomnia. So I'm now like just back on it. So I haven't slept all day, and I'm not really tired. It's more of like loopy. So I don't want to kill your guys' pacing. This was awesome. This was something we didn't expect. So, and it's something that we ask for in the show all the time. So the big thing
is what we wanted, the call-in show. Yeah.
I will have a whole bunch of stuff for our next episode.
Oh yeah.
I'm more letting Kurgan know that if we'll probably do 2.5 hours for this episode and next, mostly for the fact that I don't want to like die on stream.
Yeah, we don't want you to die on stream.
But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do my half. Usually we run 3-4 hours sometimes. That's probably not happening tonight for me, from my end anyway. So no, you guys are fine. You guys are fine.
I feel like 2 hours is a good time frame, but yeah, we have to be more organized. A lot of times we just fly off the cuff, and you never know. Like we get into a big hullabaloo about some topic, and it ends up being great. So as long as you guys don't mind. Oh, okay. Well, okay. So where were we? So we're making our predictions. We're kind of just thinking outside the box as far as like stuff that we'd want to see. Jacer was saying 2 of each of the small monsters, mythic or ranged, and an abomination, maybe transparent smoke color or shiny like the first light dragon. See, those are Jacer's stealing my ideas there, because I was thinking like you could have a smoky gray dragon, semi-translucent, you know. You could have smoky gray dice. It'd be kind of cool. Or yeah, you got kind of a shiny metallic or burnished bronze colored dragon in first light. You could do the same with the new one. I mean, they could do green again. I don't know. Anybody have a guess as to the color? I mean, okay, maybe we'll get a whole new sculpt. That's another guess. We'll just guess every
Green.
possibility.
Is it weird
Dark
that I really
green.
like the colored dice? It's probably like one of my favorite like things about.
I don't think
Am
that's
I
weird at
really the
all.
only one that like the green color? Really?
That was so well
Look.
when Jungles of Deltarak came out, you were like, yes, like this is the
Well, yeah.
color.
Look.
I was the only one. Nobody liked it.
What, the Mountain Dew dice? Was that what you called it, the Mountain Dew dice?
Well, I liked it. I liked them too. Okay.
Yeah, I
Again,
Oh,
liked them.
I
you
don't
like
have it.
wow.
I don't have it because I could not.
You're
Okay.
the
I
kid
will-
like the life cereal. They like, oh, he likes everything, you know.
I used to have like a big
No,
bag,
no,
a big bag of
green.
D&D
It's my
dice.
favorite color. It's
Oh,
always
that's
my
great.
favorite color.
See, you're just being true to yourself. Yeah,
Now it's just
that's
gonna
great.
be HeroQuest dice from now on. I'm gonna start collecting instead of
Well,
D&D dice.
you did you like Jolly Ranchers as a kid?
I did.
See, that's where it comes from. You just
Yeah,
need a
but
nice purple
I don't. Yeah,
Jolly Rancher.
I don't feel the need to eat those though.
Yeah, but you admire them. It's the fond memories of them sticking to your teeth and pulling out your dental work,
like with the
stuck in
D&D
your
dice,
hair.
there was like a matte. There were matte colored ones and like steel ones too that they made that were
Oh
really
yeah.
cool. Like yeah.
Just yeah, people in their dice, and it's like it's funny, but it's also like yeah, there's some really cool ones out there. When I was playing Yawning Portal, I already shared the story, but I was playing Yawning Portal, so it was like I don't know, 5 people at the table playing a D&D scenario, and the guy to my right, like he had like a stack of like dice boxes underneath the table. So like every time it was his turn to roll, he pulled out like a new box, and each one was like a deluxe, you know, crystal or had little skulls inside it. You know, it's just metallic. Like he had every showing off like everything in dice, and it's like, hey, you can do that with Heroquest now too. So why
You
not?
could tell what kind of man you're dealing with by the type of his dice.
Yep, tell a lot about a man by his dice.
Like all the dice they've done so far, the Dread Veil dice, I think they kind of missed the mark on those just because they're so hard to read.
Agreed. They're pretty, but they're not very functional. What do you think about the first light ones, though? I was thinking those were a little better.
Yes. Oh, way better quality than the Mythic Tier dice. Not, all the imprints are solid. Not missing parts at all.
Let me rephrase that. So, yeah, I agree with you on that.
I'm not sure about the white movement dice.
See, I'm not the only one. Our cult has grown to 2 people now. I prefer the red. If you're gonna call them red dice, make them frickin' red. What's so hard about that? Anyway, I know people must have liked
Could have
them.
done red with gold.
Yeah, see, this guy right here, my hero. No, I agree with you, but I'm talking about, so we've got the first light dice in the box, but just like with jungles, just like with Rise of the Dread Moon, they're doing a tin of First Light dice that are purple, translucent, ink, glitter, whatever, but then they've got gold markings, which I thought was a step in the right direction, because previously it seemed like the image of the symbols is too much in keeping with the color scheme of the rest of the die, so it's hard to read on the table, right? So it's like purple with purple, or it's green with green,
Right.
or I guess it's dark red with dark green, but it's too hard to read. But so it's like they're getting the higher contrast again. I don't know. I haven't seen the real dice. I've just seen pictures of the tin because it's not out yet. But I guess we'll see.
I don't know. That sounds like a cool color combination.
KngtBrd's here. Yes. Jungle tray is awesome. Yeah, there's something to be said about the trays. The trays, I don't know about the. See, I don't have any of the. I always think of like the tri-cornered hat that the admirals wore in the 19th century, but I mean, it snaps together. You can fold it out. I'm sure, it's nice for rolling your dice. Rhymes, poetry. It's got the
So
artwork.
what would they all do with the First Light? Would it be another dice tray, a dice mat?
Well, see, there's their big opportunity, because as we've seen, the First Light box has a couple trays in it, but they're kind of flimsy. I mean, unless you leave them
Yeah,
inside the
that's
box.
just for storing the pieces.
Yeah, but you could roll the dice in there easily too, multifunction.
Yeah.
But they could give you a dice tray that looks like the inner box, but is like, solid.
Ooh, with the dragon scales?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
See? Rather than just giving you the cover art again, which, I mean, the less we remember of the Clark Mitchell art, to me, the better. Scary people.
But why? He does a
It would have been
great
kind of cool
job.
to be for those
He did
content
a
creators
great
that got
job.
that.
Great job at pissing me off. Oh,
Oh,
got him. Oh man. So iKarith, you want to jump in too? Oh
that's
man.
KngtBrd. What's up, KngtBrd?
Yeah, he's gonna come in right at the end. Raging in last hurrah. Okay, I'm gonna have to send it to him on Discord. Because I can't. I have to like text myself a message to be able to message someone. That's weird. That extra authentication. All right, I'm gonna send him the link. Yeah, it's really dry here.
Oh, you're having
I haven't
are you
lost
having
my
somebody
voice on the
else hop
stream in a
in?
long time. Yeah,
Okay.
I just gotta find him. Yeah, so we were speaking with AngusMcBane, aka JoeCosier, another one of our members of our awesome community, which is constantly growing, and almost 1,000, I hear.
Yeah,
Wow.
I hate to cut people off, but we'll probably be ending our podcast probably about 11. So.
Okay, just have enough time to introduce him.
We have topics for another 2 hours.
Oh yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the rumored expansion of Stephen Baker.
Oh yeah,
Look,
he wrote 2.
What?
if
First Light 2.
Second Light.
if I didn't
Second Light.
if I didn't drive 4 hours somewhere at 3 in the morning and then come back at 4 p.m. and
Yeah.
then sleep, I'd probably have a lot more energy. But I am.
Oh, maybe he's not on.
I
Could
think
someone
he's
do
having.
me a favor?
I think he's having issues.
Oh, sorry, man.
He's having like audio issues.
Bohemyus, I'm going to send you the link to send to him. He says, actually, if I do phone. Yeah, because we haven't had you on the Rantcast in a while.
Send to KngtBrd? I don't have KngtBrd.
Yeah, KngtBrd or iKarith. Does anybody have him?
On Discord?
I'm not seeing him. I'm not seeing him in the Discord. Oh, I know. I'll just send it to an old message, assuming he's on. That is.
Did he left the Discord? Because
Oh, I didn't think he did.
He's still on Twitch.
KngtBrd, I just sent a Discord invite to your Discord message. Audio fixed. RantCast, he says.
Yeah, I don't see him.
Hmm.
Wait.
Oh.
There he is.
Yeah.
There I is.
He's alive.
You're in the hot seat.
All right.
Oh,
Welcome.
in theory.
iKarith, KngtBrd, whatever you call him. Just
No, legitimately, your seat
Hello.
is melting. You're in the hot seat.
So what are your predictions,
No,
sir?
What am I predicting?
Well, you could predict the entire year of Heroquest, but we're looking at the Cannes Festival at the end of February. What's coming first? COPD, Wizards of Morcar, the new thing. Is Stephen Baker writing another quest? What's going on?
Using
I don't know.
No, just kidding.
I would I hope not.
You have ways of knowing.
By the way, I saw a thing yesterday. Who would predict that OpenAI would lose its job, or who would predict that ChatGPT would lose its job to AI?
Wait, what?
Oh man, that's
Chinese.
yeah.
Chinese thing. Yeah.
New. Yeah. It's all over the news.
I don't know if I would touch it, but
Okay, so hold on. That'll
somebody
be
posted
for
that, and I thought it was funny.
that'll be for another
StrangeBus.
rantcast. I'll have to look it up and do some research. But yeah.
Yeah, next week.
Send me
man.
send me
week.
some
Sure.
send me some links and stuff, and I'll take a look at it. But we
Sweet.
only got about like 5 minutes left. Oh God. Ooh.
Well, I was hey, you guys are still streaming, and I'm here. Why don't I
We're glad you're
at
here.
least pop in
No,
and
yeah.
catch like the
It's a
stream, and then
party.
it's like, crap, I can't actually get Twitch to play, and then I changed browsers. Okay, now Twitch is playing. Certain audiences only. Oh, good grief.
We are that audience. Yeah.
Does anybody remember that 90s movie, The Craft?
Oh my God.
We are the weirdos, mister.
Never saw it, but I remember it existing.
I never saw it either, but I remember that line.
Wow. Okay, well, go
So
for it with your
predictions.
prediction.
I don't know what we're going to see, and I have less information than you guys because I just haven't had time to keep up. But I really want to see Wizards of Morcar.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Well, it's definitely happening. Take it from me. Store leaks have never been wrong, right? And the store leaks said Wizards of Morcar, June to December.
That'd be cool.
Same thing with Crypt of Perpetual Darkness. So proprietary, no longer proprietary, apparently. Must have reached a deal with Joe.
Cool. I'm Joe. I doubt you're listening to the Rantcast, but on the off chance you are, or somebody who knows you is, seriously, thanks, man. That is cool.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Hey, you never know.
We need
One
a couple
day.
air horns in here. Yeah.
Honestly, who knows what Hasbro is doing these days? But if Wizards of Morcar and Joe's quest book are if we get those things and we got nothing else, I'd be pretty happy. I've got 2 shelves completely full. The only thing that I don't have are the card game, because nobody has that, because it was kind of a I don't know if you guys have actually talked about that. I know that you and I have talked Kurgan, but
yeah,
that was probably just. It was never intended to be a real product. That's why basically nobody has it. They put it out there. They made a few. I'm sure they put that out there just so they could say, hey, look, we got the trademark, we're using it. Nobody else can snag this before we get a product out because we're using it.
just to
I'm
establish it.
sure
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yep, that's what I believe as well.
Yeah. So, but I would have loved to get my hands on a copy.
Excuse me, guys.
I would have loved to have got a copy of that, and obviously I don't have the Captain of the Guard Knights. That would have been really cool. But we got a lot. We got everything that was available in the 90s that at different times super fans would look for. Trying to collect everything from the U.S. and from Europe. We've got that all now. We've got a bunch of new stuff. We've got some really cool lore. I mean, in the early days, I was not big on things like the orc bard. Piracy makes them a little better. Yar. I support the piracy.
I can accept that he's a half orc according to Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah. And I'm happy that they created lore in which an orc bard actually makes sense. So having done all of that, I'm happy with what we've got. If we get something else, unless the quality just goes completely south because like Hasbro won't let them actually spend any money on it, I'm happy with this. We have a phenomenal game. I mean, did anybody ever collect like Heroica, the Lego game? It's a really stupid game for like very young kids, but Lego, made a bunch of board games that you basically build the game, and they were kind of dumb games, really, for the most part. But Heroica was kind of like baby's first Heroquest.
Yeah, look it up. Heroica. It's on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like they had different sets. It was the only game I can think of. Maybe the Harry Potter did too, but Heroica had different sets. And there were originally like 4, but they added a few more. And it was arranged so that, you can buy any one set and play it. Or you could actually build, assuming you had a room big enough, build them all and lay them out as one gigantic map. Well, obviously you can't really do that with HeroQuest, but we have so much now that you kind of can.
Let me just say, it's probably a good thing that I didn't know this existed, because I would have blown a lot of money on it. Because people have posted on Yield In, and
it's not stupid expensive. At least the last time I looked on eBay, it's not stupid expensive to get.
Well, other than the minifigures, though, I mean, you could build a HeroQuest board with just regular Legos. It's just that here you could have orcs and wizards and things too.
But these things, the thing about Heroica used microfigs. So they're about.
Oh man.
They would be to a regular, Lego minifig. They'd be about Hobbit sized. And that's just so that they, they take up a little less space.
I'm really sorry to be the bad guy, even though I play the bad guy every week, but I feel like we're going down another rabbit hole, and this is like the next. And I know you just got here, so I feel bad.
That's okay. I mostly came in to say hello and kind of troll a little bit with the.
So can I finalize tonight's podcast with my predictions?
Take us out.
Sure.
I am hoping that we don't get any pay-to-win features or huge issues like we had with Wizards of the Coast, or get your free Heroquest loot box today. Yeah, that's
Wine bag.
Yeah.
So I was kind of joking about that earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they go down that route, again, doubt any of the Avalon Hill team are following us either, especially this late. It's kind of late for them. But if they go down that route, I won't be going with them.
No, you'll see me on this corner with holding a cardboard sign that says "Repent." Like I'm gonna be
the end is nigh. While somebody's reading the Black Freighter nearby.
I'm a hot mess right now, but I could tell you it doesn't take a smart person to tell that big businesses, like a lot of big corporate people, they think with
you will own
they
nothing
gotta greed.
And to be happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Money is the first thing that comes to mind. So
we gotta resist it to the last.
I know people in my family particularly who I have one family member just in particular, for example, who is has a doctorate in finance. So, and with me, who prior to owning a business myself, being on kind of on that side of the fence, not being a corporate conglomerate, it's kind of why I have it's kind of why it has a sour taste in my mouth. Why I'm so hateful.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're in the right place.
Yeah, to me, money isn't the end all be all. It's a necessary evil, but it destroys passion when you put it just ahead of everything. So I'm hoping that things we maintain a smooth process for Avalon Hill. I hope that Wizards of the Coast doesn't get any worse than it has. I don't know about Hasbro. I've kind of not wanted to be involved, but I have kids that like Hasbro things, so I'm kind of trapped there. But
the thing is, if they keep going the way they're going, that's going to be less and less the case.
Yeah, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I explain it to people who will listen, which is not many of them, because we're talking about like the corporate types. It's not hard when you have a fan base who loves what you make to make money making new stuff for your fan base. It's not hard.
Yeah, it's just easy to recycle, though. It's very easy.
Do you want to make a good amount of money, maybe even a lot of money, making stuff your fan base wants? Or do you want to try and maximize infinite growth forever to the point that you are giving them something that they actively don't want? Because you either have a lot of something or think you're going to get all of everything and wind up with all of nothing.
Okay, so like I said, that's my final answer, and then I'm gonna end off the stream because I gotta go to bed. But
yeah, we can't play Hollywood Squares.
My answer to that question is that's a hard answer because it really just depends on your situation, but at the same time, I feel like people should really have common decency on that matter. It's just the fact that we don't. A lot of us don't. So, but we get more into that next Rantcast. I appreciate everybody for joining. If you have a plug,
I'll be there next week.
If you have a plug, we'll go ahead and ask people one at a time to go ahead and start now. I'll start with KngtBrd. Do you have anything to our listeners?
Not really. Not really.
Bohemyus?
Just have a good night, everybody.
Nothing for Bohemyus? Okay. We've got, anybody else have a plug, like a website, or I know Ribby's got stuff.
For sure. Check out Bourbon and Board Games on YouTube. A lot of Heroquest playthroughs.
Nice.
I've got all of the base game playthroughs done except for the final boss, which I'm finishing editing right now. So that should be up within a few days, and that will be the whole base game of Heroquest. And then I've also got recorded the first quest of one of the expansions as well. So be working on that, and as well as other games, and in all the descriptions of all my videos, I've got like my full list of games that I own. So go check it out if you want to see me play any games, or anything sparks your interest. I'll gladly sit down and film it and show people how a particular game is played.
Before you play Space Crusade against yourself, just call me up because it's
Got it.
pretty hard.
Shit, I forgot. Oh no.
And
I do have one actually.
Yeah.
And it's not me, because it's like, do I have anything? No, I don't have anything. There's a channel on YouTube called Paul Rolls Dice, and he is going through. There was recently a Metal Gear Solid board game release, and he's doing. Yeah, I don't, because I just discovered it a couple of days ago, and I have financial responsibilities, so it's not getting purchased anytime real soon. But he's doing playthroughs of this thing with like inserting, for the helipad, he's got the snow effect, he's got music from the game, he's got codec calls insert. Yeah, he's doing the whole thing. He's also playing through the VR missions. He's going for it kind of slow because he's doing all this editing work. It is so cool. I'm having a blast with it. The fourth mission will be premiering at 9 a.m. Pacific, so noon Eastern, and whatever the hell where you live in, the middle of.
So
who goes there?
What we can do is we can link that channel as well as Ribby's stuff in the video, as well as the description. Kurgan,
yes.
if you want to,
Yeah,
when we get
I've
this
already
edited,
sent
we can
Kurgan a link
that
to the
stuff.
first video.
Joe, do you have anything?
Now, if you're interested.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I just said check it out if you're interested. That was it.
Yeah. Joe Karningul, do you have anything?
No, I don't have any links.
Okay.
Most of my stuff usually ends up on the Discord. Most recently, I've been nearing completion on a retrofit of the Dark Company, the
nice
adventure that accompanied the Heroquest Advanced Quest, not to be confused with Advanced Heroquest.
All right.
Bringing it up to speed with the modern game and making a whole bunch of lore additions to tie it to the storyline that Avalon Hills has been kind of rolling with. Not sure how well it's going to play with the story from First Light, but I don't own First Light, so I can't do much about that right now.
Well, there is a spoiler thread that tells you everything about it, and it's in the app. But yeah, if you prefer to wait, I understand.
Okay.
But cool.
So, and as always, as I go to play us out here slowly, I am Joshua, also known as the StrangeBus, and you can catch me occasionally playing video games and other things at twitch.tv/TheStrangeBus. I am joined by my other host here, who did a phenomenal job today, Kurgan, also known as Heroquest Fans, and you can catch him at twitch.tv/HeroQuestFans. That's twitch.tv/HeroQuestFans. Also has a great YouTube channel, and that's XSC3 Home of Heroquest Fans. We'll have all those links in the description on the video for YouTube and Spotify, as well. You can find us on Twitch and other platforms here. Thank you for participating with us on the Rantcast, everybody. We enjoyed having you, and we will catch you guys next time on the Rantcast podcast. Till next time,
First.
have a
Thanks,
great
everybody.
have a great night, guys. Take care.
See you next time.
And we will be rating, so if you guys want to stick around, you can. If not, that's okay too.
All right.